Hello and welcome to the final episode of The Full English with Rory Jones
and Jemma Hoolahan. And today, we're going to be talking about things Americans say to us on a daily basis as Brits.
Especially when they meet us.
Especially.
So, to start off, most people talk to us as though Europe is one big country.
They reference Europe as in like, oh yeah, this one time I went to Europe. I'm like, really? Wow. I mean, I saw a meme recently that basically hit the nail on the head that was like, where did you go in Europe? Was it Doncaster or Barcelona? It could be it could literally be somewhere where they're speaking a different language completely. I mean, to most Americans, people from Alabama or West Virginia will sound like they're speaking a foreign language at times to, say, New Yorkers, but they're still speaking the same language as you technically, and just have such different cultures in Europe.
Just because I'm from Europe doesn't mean that I've been to every single place in Europe.
We don't just have open borders that we can just walk into, like, France and, you know.
Nor do I have the time or the money, you know?
Yeah, that's
like,
very
I
true.
don't expect everyone in America to have been to every single state. So why would they expect me? I don't know.
Oh, it's crazy. Another question we often get asked is, me personally, I'm not from London. I've been there a few times. I go there quite often, but, like, I get asked, oh, so you're English. Which suburb of London are you from? I'm like, none of them. I'm just not a London person. It's a city.
Yeah, they really struggle with that.
It messes me.
Yeah. It's as if we were like, oh yeah, I'm from Virginia. And then they were like, oh, so what part of DC are you from?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, which suburb of DC are you from? Well, they're just like, oh, I come from none of them. Like, I mean, it is what it is. It's just a bit bizarre.
London is a big city. I think it's bigger than like most populations of like the northeast states. But also England and the United Kingdom as a whole is a big country. Like,
there's like 60 million people in the UK. There's like 40 million in England. There's 16 million in London or something. I don't know.
Yeah, people will still ask me, oh, so my cousin lives there. Like, he's been there for a year. Do you know him? I'm like, no.
It's that classic stereotype, but it's true. It's that you'll have an American say, oh, I've got a friend who lives in Altrincham, and his name's Bob. Do you know him? I'm like, oh yeah, him! Yeah, I spent my entire childhood with him, and now we text each other constantly, and actually I've named my dog after him. Like, that's just not a thing.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous, but...
And they get really excited if they've done a study abroad nearby. They're like, oh, I was there! I'm like...
That's very true. They always go to Scotland, though. For some reason, they always go to Scotland. Americans have this obsession with Scotland. I mean, I know you study there.
Well, it's after the royal family.
I think that's part of it. The royal family gets brought up all the time. Every time I meet a new American, it's...
How do you feel about Meghan Markle?
What do you think about Meghan Markle? Like, I don't really know her. She's kind of like this actress who is in Suits.
Yeah.
Which
she was really good in Suits, I would say.
I don't really have an opinion on her. Like, she's a person. I guess she's American. They're like, oh my god, she's older than him. Yeah, your point being?
Yeah. Oh, and if you go, like, I'd say UVA kids, like, don't really say this. But beyond this, they go, oh my god, do you know the Queen?
Have you ever met the Queen? Yeah, actually, I've just come from tea with the Queen.
Yeah, hi tea. We had our little tea and scones.
We just like, you know, had a long conversation laughing about how Prince Philip sleeps in his boxes. You know, that doesn't exist. There's 60 million of us. Like 60 million. That's a big number. It's a big number. There's a lot of people. And the royal family exists, but we're basically indifferent to them. I saw a video today of English people being in Cambridge being asked about like Prince Harry and the wedding, and none of them cared. They're like, oh, they're getting married. Okay, good for them.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, people were like, oh my god, like, what did you do on the day of Will and Kate's wedding? I'm like, I think I went shopping. I like bought some new jeans.
So, like, I can't believe Americans would even like watch something in a separate time zone, just a wedding between two people who have no power. They exist.
Yeah,
it's an interesting concept. But another thing we often get asked, just one of the more frustrating ones for me is, oh my god, are you Australian?
No, I'm not.
No, I don't have a criminal record. Sorry. I don't see kangaroos whilst I'm on my way to work every day. It's just not a factor.
The accent is just so different.
So bloody different. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And it makes me worried because I'm like, have you not seen any of the amazing dramas that are on the BBC? Like,
yes,
do you not know who Benedict Cumberbatch is?
Have you never seen Top Gear? Have you ever seen The In-Betweeners or the English one, not the terrible American one? But it is another thing that's just a bit like, really? I feel like I might as well get a t-shirt printed with I am not Australian and just wear it around the US just to avoid the question.
Yeah.
I'd happily do that.
And then they're always like, oh wait, no, now I hear the accent. I'm like, you heard the accent the first time I spoke. Like,
I've always sounded this way. Why are you trying to change me? And the final thing, besides these often misguided questions about geography and about Europe and about, is Naples in France or Real Madrid from Spain?
Oh, I always get asked, if you live in England, why do you go to a Scottish university? I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah, because there's like an ocean between them. Hadrian's Wall is still very much in play. It's crazy. Also, what we found interesting is when we get asked things like, how do you have a party that isn't a frat party? I mean, we just, I don't know. We
I invite my friends.
We invite our friends and we buy alcohol and we hang out.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't pay for friends.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And we don't get invited to parties that we
don't really know them.
We don't show up to parties.
We have a thing about that. We have like a stigma about like gate crashes and stuff. Like,
yeah.
It's almost like pushing into a queue. If you do that in the UK, you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty it's pretty bad thing to do in the UK. But that's pretty much rounded it off, like our experiences of the US, and we're happy we were able to share them with you.
It's been a wild time over here.
It's been an interesting experience for all of us involved, and
as everyone says, it's always more of a culture shock than you expect.
Yes, that's very true.
Like,
as well.
Where was my kettle when I moved in? I need to make tea.
I mean, to sum it up as a final observations, no, we're not Australian. No, we don't know the royal family, and I don't understand why you think that I've been to every part of Europe, including like Malaga, or it's crazy. But all in all, it's been a great experience in the US. We hope to see you some point in the future.
Check us out on the other side of the pond.
There's a cheeky follow on Insta.
Yeah. Right.
We'll be with you soon. Alright,
thanks
for listening.